Well, it's Juneteenth, Isiah. It's a day that is being recognized as a national holiday, both by the NBA and the government as well. But when you hear that, what does it mean to you?
Well, you have to go back to the historical references of it in terms of 1863 when Lincoln freed the slaves. And he freed the slaves so black and brown men and women can fight for what we call this sacred union now called the United States. Some men and women, black and brown men and women, didn't find out till 2 years later that the slaves were freed, and thus they were still under occupation and being forced into slavery. But what this day really symbolizes for me is that without the sacrifices of the black and brown bodies and men and women who joined the Union in the North to fight against the South, we would not know the United States as it is today, because the North won, the South lost, in terms of the United States of America being what it is today and not under the Confederacy of the South. So that's what Juneteenth means to me. It's a combination of celebration for the whole, not just the half.
And Isiah, that's a great history lesson for us as well. For you, Sam, growing up in the South, what do you think when you hear Juneteenth?
Well, Chris, growing up, and it was passed down through generations, we celebrated the freedom of black Americans in May. Because you have to understand, back then, it wasn't no internet, it wasn't no CNN News or MSNBC. Word traveled slowly. So in Georgia and Alabama, we celebrated what is Juneteenth now, we celebrated that day in May. So it basically depends on where you were in the part of the country and when the part of the country you lived in got the news. I say it's a great first start, the acknowledgement of that day. But what we really want, if it's gonna lead to equality, if it's gonna lead to the United States becoming the country that our founding fathers dreamed and put in the Constitution for us to be, then it's a great start. And so I would just say it's a great start, but we still have a long way to go, because the goal is equality. To be treated as one American, not black Americans, not white Americans, Asian Americans, but we're all Americans in this great country of ours, because everyone pitched in to make this country what it is today.